Today's practice will be a slow flow practice dedicated to pratyahara. Pratyahara is the fifth limb on Patanjali's eight-limb practice, or eight-limb guide. Pratyahara means withdrawing from the senses. It can be kind of confusing because we want to be engaged, right? But withdrawing from the senses really means to turn inward and use our own intuition, trust ourselves to guide our practice, and trying not to focus on the external world. So we're turning it into ourselves. So we'll spend a little more time in each pose today, on average about 5 breaths. So we can really connect to mind, heart, and body in each pose. So let's begin by taking a child's pose, bringing the big toes to touch, letting the knees fall wide, spreading the arms forward, or maybe letting them rest by your side, letting the forehead rest onto the earth. And just beginning to settle into this practice, maybe taking an extra few moments here to just notice the body supported on the earth, settling into a breath, and just noticing any sensations in the heart, turning your practice to yourself so you can guide yourself into your own practice, guiding your intuition, noticing anything in the mind in this space, and then noticing the physical body, any sensations, any holding, and just beginning to notice those. And then maybe taking the breath to that space. Inhaling and exhaling, just drawing your senses to your inhale and your exhale, your pranayama, your breath. Finding a pace of breath and a depth of breath that you can stick with. Maybe gathering information about whether you need to take an energy to exaggerate that inhale, or whether you might need to release and let go and exaggerate that exhale. Surrendering to our practice, incorporating our abhyasa, maybe detaching as we turn inward, practicing our vairagya. And just use an extra little bit of time here to maybe check in with a sankalpa or an intention for your practice as you gather this information from your own senses. Something you can turn to when you notice the senses of the external world become a little heavier in your focus. Noticing your body in contact with the mat. Maybe connecting to that audible breath, that ujjayi breath. Using full belly breathing. Noticing all parts of your breath. The inhale, the pause, the exhale, and the pause. And just settle into something that suits you in your practice. Firmly connect the palms to the earth and coming to an all fours position. Notice the shoulders strong, notice the core strong. Exhale, hips onto heel. Inhale, lift forward, use the strength in the core. Exhale, release hips onto heels. Inhale, hips lift, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, hips onto heels. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale, lift, last one. Straighten through the right leg, straighten through the left leg, find your plank, and exhale, settle into your downward dog. Take a few breaths here to this downward dog, noticing the shoulders strong, noticing the hips lifted, and really connecting to your body, your breath, your heart, and your mind in this space. Turning inward, noticing your Adho Mukha Svanasana, noticing where you're at in your practice, and just really connecting to your body, your heart, and your mind in this space, in this physical form of your asana, connecting to your pranayama, your breath, as we work on focusing that pratyahara. Bend the knees, bring the gaze between the hands, hop or step the feet between the hands. Exhale, fold. Let the hips lift, bend the knees, let the head relax, taking a few breaths here. Noticing the backs of the legs, the backs of the back. Inhale to your halfway lift. Lengthen the hips back, lengthen the crown of the head forward. Slight bend in the knees. Notice the shoulders. Notice the back, notice the hip. Exhale, fold. Inhale to stand, arms overhead. Tadasana, mountain pose. Shoulder blades down together on the back. Hips slightly pressed forward. Notice the legs, the feet connected to the earth. Rib cage slightly back. Strong in the core. Few breaths here. Connect the palms together. Reach out, biceps by the ear. Bring the feet together. Exhale, hips over towards the left, arms over towards the right. Try to keep the shoulders, the heart open. Keep reaching the hips, keep reaching the fingertips. Focus on your breath. Focus on your intention. Inhale through center. Exhale, hips to the right, arms to the left. Inhale through center. Separate the feet back to mountain pose. Exhale, hands to Samasthiti. Connect the palms, draw the shoulder blades back, draw the elbows down to the earth. Engage in the core, lengthen through the spine, tailbone to crown of the head. Inhale back to mountain. Checking in with that core, slight bend in the low back, but that rib cage is back so you're supported in the core. Bring the palms back together, biceps by the ears. Reach the thumbs back behind you, core stays engaged. Hips go left, fingertips go right. Try to keep the heart open. Inhale through center, hips to the right, arms to the left. Inhale through center, exhale, hands to Samasthiti. Bend the right knee, bring the right knee up towards the chest. Place that right foot anywhere on that left thigh, preparing for our Rikshasana, our tree pose. Hands begin at heart center. Connecting here, opening the head, lengthening. Draw shoulder blades together. Equally rooting through the earth, lifting to sky. Arms may become overhead, finding your final expression. Arms can be separated or together. Few breaths here. Stay firm in the core, stay connected to your breath, your body. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's bring the heel to the inside, or just the top of that left thigh. And then we'll bring the hands to heart center. And we'll slowly just bend that left knee a little bit and start to fold over that left leg, bringing the fingertips towards the earth. Taking a few breaths here. And then nice and strong, connecting to that left leg, back to standing. Moving over towards the left side, release that right foot to the earth. Lifting the left leg up, placing that left foot to the inside of the thigh, bringing hands to heart center to begin. Just really settling into this pose, right shoulder, right hip, right ankle all in one line. Letting that knee open to the earth. Letting the ribcage come back, letting the chest and crown lengthen to Father Sky as you root down to Mother Earth. Draw shoulder blades together on the back. Lengthen up and open, finding your final expression. Exhale, hands to heart center, release the foot, then bring the heel on top of that right thigh. Hands can come back to heart center, slowly bending a little bit in that right knee or as much as needed to draw your hands towards the floor. Your hands can come on to something as well. Taking just a few breaths here, releasing in the outside of that left hip. We'll come back to standing, releasing that left foot all the way to the earth. Take a few breaths here in your Samasthiti, maybe closing the eyes, really withdrawing from the senses. Balancing on that left leg, bring that right knee back to the chest. Grab hold of the big toes with the middle finger and the pointer finger, letting that knee come out wide. Stay strong in that left leg. Really push that left foot into the earth to lengthen the chest up towards the sky. And then start to kick that leg forward as much as your knee will allow, as your hamstring will allow. That knee can be as bent as needed, but the goal here is try to keep the chest up so you're not rounding forward and that you're lifted and long through the body, through the spine. So we'll stay here. 5 breaths. And then maybe if you'd like, you can bring that leg a little bit up to the side. Holding for 5 breaths. Bring it back to midline. Bend the knee and set it down. Take a few breaths here, pause. Noticing the hips, noticing the legs, noticing the breath, noticing the body. And then bending the left knee, grabbing hold of the big toes of the peace fingers of the left hand. Opening the chest, opening the heart. Right leg is strong. And then as you're ready, kicking that foot forward, but staying long in the spine. Arm can come out for a little help with balance. And just settle into this space with your breath. Maybe moving that leg up to the side. Bringing it back to center, bending the knee, setting it down. Inhale, arms overhead, Tadasana. Exhale, swan dive forward, hips back, chest forward. Inhale to flat back, halfway lift, long spine, forward with the crown of the head, tailbone reaches back. And exhale back into that forward fold. Plant the hands, step that right foot back, coming to our Anjaneyasana, high lunge pose. Energetically draw that right hip slightly forward and up to really engage in that right leg. Left knee stays over the ankle. Few breaths here, finding this foundation. Connecting to the space. And then begin to lift shoulders over hips, really connecting to the core. Hands come to heart center, shoulder blades down together on the back. Check in with that solid foundation. Left knee is bent over the ankle. Check in with the length of the spine. Maybe arms reach overhead, reaching the thumbs back behind you, biceps by the ear. And we'll rotate that back foot coming into our warrior two, strong warrior. Center over the legs. Gaze can come over the left fingers or straight ahead. And then we'll windmill the hands down, stepping that right foot forward and fold. Inhale to that flat back, long spine, forward and back. Exhale, fold. Left leg steps back, finding this prep. Left hip reaches up and forward. Right knee bends. Heel, knee over ankle. Legs are strong. Energetically squeezing the legs towards one another. And then slowly lift the hips up. Lengthen through the spine, rib cage back. Hands to heart center. Reaching arms overhead. Hands come to heart center. Open up, warrior two. Right knee is bent. Left leg is strong, lengthened to the back edge of the mat. Arms lift, wrists in line with the shoulders. Maybe the palms come up. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Center the body weight. Lengthen through the spine. Gaze can come over the right fingers. Or just be straight, whatever feels good to your neck. Windmill the hands down, step the left foot forward and fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to stand, arms overhead, find your Tadasana. We're going to move into a little bit of balance here. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bring that left heel onto that right thigh. And then slowly bend, hinge at the hips, making your way to the ground. Try to firmly connect the hands to the earth, drawing those palms to the earth. Then bend in that right knee deeply, so you make a firm connection of the left leg, the left knee, and the left foot onto the backs of those arms. And then from here, you're going to shift a little more weight into the backs of the arms. Let the back leg fly. And then slowly set that right foot back down. We'll come out just the way we went in. Back to stand. Set that left foot down. Back to Samastahiti. Bend that right knee. So that right heel comes onto the thigh. So again, this part of the knee, this part of the front of the ankle are going to come onto the backs of my arms. Just play with shifting your weight. I come to this side of the mat. Really checking in. Slowly drawing the hands to the earth. Bending the knee deeply. Connecting the palms to the earth. And then making that firm connection, that foot, that knee, into the back of the leg. Maybe shifting that left foot back. And then letting it fly. Maybe setting it down, maybe coming back the way you went in. Setting the foot down. And exhale, fold here. Inhale to your flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Connect the hands to earth, feet step back to your plank. Pause here, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, lower. Inhale to your upward dog or cobra. Exhale, back to your downward dog. Inhale, that right leg lifts. Step the right foot between the hands, coming back to that Anjaneyasana. Finding your foundation. Hands come to heart center. Arms lift to the sky. Open to your warrior two. Straighten through that front leg. Reach the fingertips forward. Keep lengthening the side body. Reach the fingertips to the shin. Open through the chest. Open through the heart. Wrists in line with shoulders. Lengthen through that side body. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Drop that left hand down. Lift the right wrist. Draw the hips forward. Open through the heart, opposite direction, twist a triangle. Drop the right hand down. Rotate the feet, coming to a wide leg forward fold. Walk your hands to that right foot. Step that right foot back to meet the left. Find your plank. Exhale, lower. Tops of the feet onto the earth. Inhale to your upward dog. Shoulders over wrists. Back from here. Exhale to your downward dog. Checking in with your body, heart and mind. Maybe that intention. Inhale, left leg lifts. Step it between the hands, preparing for that Anjaneyasana. Check in with the foundation. Legs are strong. Core is strong. Lifting shoulders over hips, hands come to heart center. Maybe settling into that front knee a little more. Arms overhead. Open it up, warrior two. Straighten through the front knee, send that right hip back, send that left hip back, let the left hand come onto the shin, lengthen through the side body, reach the fingertips up, wrist in line with the shoulders, open through the heart, open through the hips. Drop the right hand to the earth. Shift the hips a little bit forward. Lift that left arm up. Wrist in line with the shoulder. Squeeze the inner thighs together to keep those hips in the same space. Lengthen through the side body. Lengthen through the heart. Set that left hand down, walk your way back to that wide leg forward fold. This time grabbing the ankles, let the head settle towards the earth. Rock the fingertips forward. We'll step that left foot back to your plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale to upward dog or cobra. Exhale, back to your downward dog. Bend the knees, drop the knees to the earth. Coming to all fours. On an inhale, lift to your cow. Exhale, round to your cat. Inhale, lift your cow. Exhale, round to your cat. Inhale, lift to your cow. Exhale, round to your cat. Inhale, lift to your cow. Bring the gaze over your left shoulder and then move that left hip out to the side. Bring the gaze over your right shoulder and push that right hip over towards the right. Come back through center, coming into your cow. Push the hips over towards the left. Bring the gaze underneath that left armpit. Push the hips over towards the right. Bring the gaze underneath that right armpit. Find a flat back. Tuck the toes under. Push the hands into the earth and make your way to a kneeling position with those toes tucked under. Bring palms facing up on your thigh. Rib cage back, chest open. Few breaths here. Bring shoulders over the hips, untuck the toes. Straighten through the right leg out to the side. Heels angled wherever feels comfortable to you. Keep the length. Lift arms overhead. Exhale, release that right hand to the outside of the right thigh. Lift and lengthen that left fingertips over towards the right. Relax the right shoulder. Back through center, arms overhead, right knee comes to the earth. Left leg straightens, left foot in contact with the earth. Release the left hand out to the left thigh. Lift and lengthen, right arm. Through center, one more each side. Left knee comes back to the earth. Right leg straightens. Right hand comes to the outside of that right thigh. Lift and lengthen through the left side body. Inhale through center. Left leg straightens. Exhale. Reach over towards the left. Through center, bring the knees down, exhale, hands to heart center. Flip the toes under to elevate the heels. Bring the hands behind you for our bootstraps and that camel pose. Lift and lengthen through the heart. Push the hips forward. Lift and lengthen through the heart. Push the hips forward. Keep the hips lifted. Keep the chest lifted. Thinking about lifting through the heart as you bend your spine, but lifting. So we're not just collapsing in the low back. So lift and lengthen, keeping the hands in the pockets. Exhale, hips and back onto the heels, arms reach forward, big toes touch. Child's pose. Push the hands into the earth, make your way to a seat. Straighten through both the legs. And then bend the left knee, bringing the left heel all the way towards the left sit bones. Interlace the fingers in front of that left shin, lift and lengthen, grab hold of the left shin with that right hand, lift and lengthen, keep the spine long so you're not collapsing. Bring the left hand to the outside of the left hip, keep lifting, and then just slowly twist over towards the left. Slowly unwind, place the right hand onto the earth. Grab the big toe with the peace fingers of that left hand. And then lift that left foot, bending the left knee, holding it in, maybe grabbing the outer edge of that left foot. Bringing that left elbow to the outside of that left shin. Finding just a little bit of a half happy baby here. Trying to balance on those sit bones, and then slowly bend that right knee in towards the chest. Grabbing maybe the big toes or the outside of that right foot. Balancing on those sit bones, letting that right knee come in. Lift through the chest. Balance on those sit bones. Squeeze the knees towards the body. Relax the grip, relax the chest. Slowly release that left foot, bringing that left hand to the earth. And then bringing that right foot towards the right hip bones, interlacing the fingers, finding length in the spine, bringing that right hand to the outside of that right hip, letting that grip of that left hand connect with that right leg, and slowly twisting over towards the right. Slowly unwind, straightening through both the legs. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, reach them forward, just hinging at the hips. Try to keep the biceps by the ear. Bend the knees if you need to. Exhale, release the hands. Guide the crown of the head towards the toes. Slowly walk the hands back to the hips, bend the knees, reach the arms forward, lift the left heel, lift the right heel, chest up, Heels lifted, knees bent. And then exhale, round forward, releasing the body onto the earth, hugging the knees into the chest, rocking the knees side to side, allowing your eyelids to close. Noticing the contact points of your body and the earth. Letting your breath just take its organic fashion. And finding full support of your body from the earth. The heels, the calves, the backs of the knees, the thighs, the glutes, the low back, the mid back, the upper back, the shoulders, the neck, the head, the arms, the hands and the fingers. Allowing the front side of the body to be light, the belly and the chest just organically moving. Relaxing the muscles from the face, releasing in the eyebrows, releasing in the jaw, dropping the tongue from the roof of your mouth. And just settling into this stillness. Really withdrawing from all your senses, practicing your pratyahara. When you're ready, bending your knees, rolling onto one side, using your bent elbow for support for your head. Just finding a transition of space. Pushing your hands into the earth, making your way back to a seated position. Finding your hands together in front of your heart center. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunatu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadvitamastu Ma Vidvidvashavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Accept us both together, protect us both together. May our knowledge and strength increase. May we not judge one another. Om peace, peace. The light in me honors the light in you. This is the meaning of the word. Namaste.